All right, today we're going to be tying up one of my absolute favorite smallmouth flies. This fly has accounted for more fish over 16 inches than about any other fly I've tied for smallmouth. It's also got some pretty nice striped bass on it. In the vise today, we've got the Mustad Heritage Series Roar Streamer in a size 2 with a large tungsten cone. And if you're fishing small, skinny, or shallower water, then don't worry about putting the lead on there, but I like adding a base of about a dozen wraps or so of 025 lead wire. This just really helps get it down. Be sure and pull that lead base back away from the head of the cone. That'll give you more room to tuck that zonker strip up in there later on. For thread, I'm just using some Ultra 140. Really secure that lead base down. Keep it from sliding around on you. And then for our first material, just going to use a little bit of bucktail, and color doesn't really matter. I'm using white here. I've used white, yellow, orange. Doesn't seem to matter too much, but this will help keep that zonker strip from fouling, and then also it helps give that two-tone color, gives a good underbelly. Cut that bucktail at an angle so you can really lock those butt sections down. Then we're going to take our zonker strips in olive, and you want to cut your zonker strip down to a nice point. This just helps gives it more action. And then you need about a shank length on the leather. And then pierce that leather on the hook point. Try not to poke yourself. And then rabbit fur is notorious for getting all in your way when you're trying to tie it in. Best thing to do is just wet your fingers and pull that hair back. It can be pretty unruly. And then go ahead and give your old bobbin a spin. That'll help cord that thread up, just makes it stronger. Then with that hair pulled back, try to get about 2 to 3 wraps over top of that leather, right on top of each other. Seat that zonker strip where it needs to be, and then pull that bobbin firm. Then get a few more wraps of thread just to really lock it in place. Now then, for the body, we're going to use MFC UV double cut chenille and olive brown. I love this stuff. It's got a little bit of a purple hue to it. Gives it a really good bait fish look. And then just work this forward with close touching wraps, pulling those fibers back as you wrap. Then you'll want to take this all the way to just the front side of the lead. Get that locked down, then snip it free. Then just take you a brush and brush all those fibers out, because you'd be surprised how many of those will get trapped whenever you're wrapping them forward. This just helps free everything up. And then pull your zonker strip forward. This is the real reason why I don't like cutting my zonker strips and trying to get them cut close to length. I like leaving them full length. That way I can pull them back and then wrap them around the vise. That way it keeps them pulled back out of your way, and they're not constantly flipping forward in your way when you're trying to wrap that chenille forward. The hair pulled forward, get you a couple wraps, pull it snug. Pull your zonker back, get a couple more wraps in front to lock it in place. And then don't use your good tying scissors. Use some craft scissors or something to cut that leather, because those will dull your scissors in a hurry. Now this is where that extra room you gave yourself on the lead really comes into place. You can tuck that leather zonker back up underneath of that cone head and tie it in place. Then I like to add a couple of rubber legs Again, whatever color you want. I usually use a olive or chartreuse or something along those lines. Get those locked in place. And then I like to add a dab of super glue. Really helps lock those in, keeps those from getting pulled out. Makes it super durable. And then for the next step, I should have zoomed the camera out a little bit here, but go ahead and make you a dubbing loop. Couple of wraps in front to lock that dubbing loop down. Then take your dubbing spinner, put it in that loop, hold it out of the way, add you some dubbing wax. You can do it without wax, but man, the wax really helps hold that rabbit hair in place. Then for the next material, I like using these barred rabbit strips. This says light olive. I don't know about you, but that definitely does not look olive to me. Looks like a dirty yellow, but we'll go with it. Put that in the loon D-loop tweezers, and then take you a long pair of hair scissors or something and cut that leather strip free. Once you've got that leather cut free, take your dubbing loop, split your thread, and carefully lay that rabbit hair right in there. You can do this more of a slump buster style by just tying in the zonker strip in the front and wrapping it, but all of that extra leather going around really adds a lot of bulk, and it's kind of hard to tuck it up under that cone head. And just kind of fan out your hair where it's not quite so thick. Kind of even those ends up. Once you've got it the way you like it, go ahead and give that dubbing spinner a good spin. Then let it go and kind of lock those fibers into place. Go ahead and give that another spin. Then take your brush. Go ahead and lightly brush that out. There we go. We'll go ahead and give it another spin or two. All right, and then once you've got it all brushed out in the way you like it, go ahead and start wrapping that. Yes, I know I should have used a material clip to hold the rubber legs and everything back out of the way, but I couldn't find it at the time. And then just get you about 3, maybe 4 wraps tucked up under that cone. Just pull snug as you go. And the nice thing about the cone head is you can feel once you get too tight. Like right here, I can feel it. That cone head won't hardly turn. So I back off a turn on the dubbing loop. Go ahead and get a couple of wraps. Lock that down. Hold that back out of the way and get a couple more. You don't want to get too tight, otherwise you won't be able to tuck your thread up underneath that cone head. And then cut your dubbing loop off, hopefully without cutting your thread. Then go ahead and wet your fingers and push all of that hair back. That'll help keep it from getting trapped. Now take your super glue and go ahead and wet down about 1 to 3/4 of an inch of your thread with that super glue. This will really help lock this in place. Pull your hair back, and as you pull, you're slightly pulling that thread forward, and that pulls it up under that cone. And you can go ahead and add a whip finish and snip it free. Take your scissors, go ahead and trim those legs up, and this fly is finished. It really doesn't look like much. I don't know exactly what it imitates. It's kind of like a woolly bugger. It doesn't imitate any one thing all that well. Could be a baby bass, could be a baby sunfish, could be a crawfish, could be a lot of things. The one thing it is, It's an awesome smallmouth catching machine. So hope you guys enjoyed it.